Good evening. We are live. So today I was presented with some challenges, and I thought about those challenges and what my goals are. And it was pretty interesting to me to think about that. And I thought maybe I'd share these thoughts with you because it's really the essence of what we do as coaches for people. And I titled this, obviously, Draw Strength from Your Challenges, because there's two ways you can go when the world slaps you in the face, there's two ways you can go. You can wilt, or you can stand up and you can move forward. Pretty simple, huh? I mean, there's no other things that you could possibly do. I mean, if things go wrong, which they do, we all know that, you have two choices. You can either attack them, or you can run from them. Running from your challenges, depending on the nature of the challenge, of course. If the challenge is going to kill you, then getting away from it is probably a good idea. But if it's something, hey, Jane, good evening. If it's something that just happens, then running from it isn't going to benefit you whatsoever. Running from it won't grow you at all. I mean, it won't, because you'll just know to run from things and you won't attack what needs to be attacked in your life. And if you have goals in your life, if you have something you want to accomplish, allowing an obstacle, a challenge, hey, Mary, welcome aboard, to dictate how you react can cost you your goal. And I'll give you a brief synopsis of my day. It is currently raining. 15 minutes ago, I walked in the door after my 2-mile hike because I didn't get my steps in today because I was waiting till later to do it anyway. But then I looked outside and I realized, I walked outside and I realized this isn't good. It's about to rain. But I still had to get my steps in. So in 43 minutes, I walked 2 miles. I got to 10,000 steps today. I'm happy with myself. I achieved my goal. And it didn't rain on me. And that's kind of where I wanted to go with that, because my goal was to beat the rain, and I did. Then this morning, on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, most of you already know this, but Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I try to get out and kayak on the lake for at least 3 miles. This morning, I got up. It was a beautiful morning. There was all kinds of great pinks and blues in the sky this morning as the sun came up, because I was up before the sun came up. And I said, my practice every morning, I try to tell you guys this all the time, and it's important because having a routine, helps you get things done. Yeah, it is pretty cool, isn't it? So I get up, I take the dogs out for our morning walk, which is a brief one because I just want to make sure that we go out later for a longer one. I then come up and I make my breakfast. It's either a very quick breakfast or I cook something in the oven, like a pancake, a healthy pancake, of course. Not like a carb-laden pancake. But I make the pancakes, and then I journal. If the pancake is cooking, it takes about 20 minutes, 25 in the oven. And I sit down and I do my morning journal. Very important to me to get my thoughts on paper every morning, to put down what I'm thinking every day. It helps me focus on the rest of my day and on my mission. So, and on where I'm at, because sometimes I dump on myself in my journal. Like I literally rip myself to pieces in my journal. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Sometimes you need to do that. You need to self evaluate. I don't do it to degrade myself, I do it to show me where I'm at. So, as I'm sitting here typing this morning, and breakfast was a brief breakfast, I had my cereal. By the way, no sugar cereal. No sugar added cereals. If I take sugar, it's natural fruit. That's it. Fruit. That's my sugar every day. So I look out the window and there's a fog rolling in. This is 15 minutes before I decide to go out paddling, because I then spend, I'll tell you in a second. That's a great question. What cereal do I eat? You'll like this. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll be like, ew. But it was like, because what I do is after I get done my journal, I meditate for 12 minutes. Nothing major. I just sit here very quietly and try to clear my mind. Even better. So I've journaled, got rid of some of the garbage from yesterday. Now I'm sitting here just focusing. And of course, going out on a kayak for 3 to 4 miles also is very, very good for my mind, because it's just me, the kayak, the lake, and the birds, and sometimes the catfish that are jumping in front of me and the turtles that bob up in front of me. I haven't seen a snake yet. Real quick, I'll go back. The cereals I eat currently: puff wheat and puff Kamut, which is also a puff wheat, just a variety of wheat. They're the only 2 cereals I eat. Neither of them has any sugar. They're actually very low carb, considering what a carb could look like in a cereal. And there's no sugar in them. So I'll add blueberries. I'll add a banana. I'll add a peach, whatever's in season, raspberries if I have them. That's my breakfast. And almond milk. I always drink almond milk because A, I get it unsweetened, and B, it's better than regular milk for me, because regular milk is actually high in sugar. 6 grams of sugar in milk. Think about that. So I use the unsweetened almond milk, which I love. Been using it for 4 years. So if you don't think you can acquire a taste, you can, just like the cereal. Because if you'd have told me 4 years ago I was eating puff wheat, I'd have laughed at you. But now I love it. It actually tastes good to me. So something to think about. So these were the obstacles I was presented with. This morning, the fog rolled in. So what do? Do I blow off kayaking at all? Well, here's the good news. It's Wednesday, which means not many people are going to be on the lake all day because they're working, which means the lake is mine if I want it. Matter of fact, the entire time I was out there today rowing for the whole 58 minutes, I saw 2 boats, both guys fishing. Or people, I don't even know if they were guys, but 2 people fishing. That was it. So I did go out around 10-ish because the fog lifted. And then I got my walk in before. But see, these were challenges that were presented to me. Like, what am I going to do? Do I bag it? No, because if I bag it, then I don't move forward. Right? It's all about what you want. It's all about where you want to go. It's all about what you think is important in life. And for me, getting to a point where this body is not what it was 5 years ago ever again is important. And making it even better is what's really cool, because I still have 2 stents in my heart. I'm still a borderline diabetic. I'll always be an alcoholic, but I can do things now that I couldn't do 4 years ago. I could do things now that I wouldn't even think of doing 4 years ago. I can do things that I never even imagined I would do. And it's really funny because now I'm thinking about doing things I would have never even dreamed of doing. Joan's not going to like it. Joan's going to be like, you want a what? She's already done it a couple times. But like, for instance, one of the things I did with one of our coaches was zip lining. Actually, it was Tree to Tree Adventure down in Cape May, New Jersey at the zoo down there, which is an awesome thing if you ever want to do it. Head down to Cape May to the zoo, and they have a place called Tree to Tree Adventure. And it's actually an obstacle course up in the trees, which is really cool. And then the end of the course is about 7 zip lines, which is a lot of fun. So we got to do that together. And that was great because that, I'll tell you his quick backstory. I'm watching my time, but he went to Vegas and couldn't do the zip line on the main drag because he weighed too much. When Joan reached out for him to say hi, he immediately said he wanted to do our program. And he did our program. And he started coaching. And I was at an event, a suicide prevention event, for a dear friend of ours back in New Jersey whose son committed suicide, and she started a foundation. God love you. Check out the Nikki Green Foundation, guys. Support them. They do great work. Thank you. He lost like 150 pounds on our program, 142, I think it was total. And I had won, like they had Chinese auction. And are we allowed to call it that now? How about silent auction? Let's call it silent auction. And I won 3 things. And one of them was this Tree to Tree Adventure. So I said to him, well, you didn't get to go do what you wanted to do in Vegas. How about I take you to do that here? And he got to do what he missed out on in Vegas. I'm hoping that he gets back to Vegas soon so that he can do it on the Strip. That would be awesome. So that's my story, guys. Don't let things stop you from moving forward. They're not there to stop you. They're there to challenge you to get better, to get stronger mentally and physically. And that's the key. It's not a matter of just saying, well, I'm not strong enough. Okay, so you're not strong enough. Start here. Do what you can until you can do more. When I first went out kayaking, I couldn't go I did under 16 minutes a mile today. Amen, I am. For the first time, my first mile out there today was under 16 minutes. My first time out there, my first mile was 23 minutes. That was only 4 months ago. Every day I go out, I get stronger. Every day I get better. Every day I can do a little bit more. And that's the secret, guys. That's the secret. You don't have to do 1,000,000 sit-ups day one. Do 1. Tomorrow, do 1. If you feel good, do 2. See where I'm going? Uh-oh. The boys finally piped in. All right, so listen. This is going to get loud. Don't wilt when things get tough. Because they're not trying. Hey, sir. Welcome to my life. Anyway, don't wilt when things get tough, because guess what? Life is challenging you to grow stronger. That's what I want to say today. All right, guys, have a great night. I got a little more work to do tonight. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for chiming in, everybody. Jane, Mary, thank you so much. I don't know who the other person just says Facebook user. I'll figure it out when I get done. Later, gang.